Hi guys, my name is Jackie and welcome to my channel, Leisure Reads. This is my first video on Booktube, so I thought I would start off letting you guys get to know me a little bit by doing the Booktube Newbie Tag. So let's get started. Number 1, why did you start this channel? I've been a long-time watcher of Booktube, and I thought it would be great to finally create my own channel and join the discussion to talk about books that we love and recommend books to other people that they might love. Reading is a passion of mine, and I thought it would be great to share it with other people who also love it. Number 2, what are some fun and unique things that you think you can bring to Booktube? So, I think that I can bring my own voice and my own ideas to books that I love. One of the great things about reading is that tons of different people can read the same book, and they all have different points of views, different thoughts, different things that stuck out to them. And I love having those discussions and seeing what other people thought was significant to the book versus what I thought. I love talking to somebody who doesn't necessarily like the books that I like, because I think it brings a great discussion about the book and really sharing our thoughts and ideas. And that's ultimately what I hope I can bring to 3. What are you most excited about starting this new channel? I'm most excited to finally be able to interact with more people who enjoy reading. I'm from a really small rural town where there aren't very many people who like to read, especially people in my age group. So I think that being able to communicate, discuss books, and just create friendships with people my age who also love reading is the most exciting thing about this for me. Number 4, why do you love reading? Reading not only got me through some pretty difficult times as a child, but it also gave me a way to bond with my mom, something that we could share together and we could do together. Ultimately, there's just something so magical about being able to travel the world in the pages of a book, where dreams can become reality, where you can just escape from the hard times of everyday life and just enjoy yourself. Reading has truly opened a new world for me, and I just love it with everything that I am. Number 5, what book or series got you into reading? So, the first book I ever remember absolutely falling in love with was in 4th grade when my teacher decided to read us a book in class, and he picked out the book The Bad Beginning by Lemony Snicket's, and I was absorbed. I love this book. So my mom went out and bought me this book, and I finished it, and I think I was on book 2 or 3 before my teacher finally finished the book in class. This book really started my love of reading. I read every book in the series, and there's just something so magical about these books I can't even explain. Just the characters and their struggle with Count Olaf. It is one that I will never, ever forget for the rest of my life. After reading that book and a couple other books along the way, my mom had went out and picked up the first book in a series, and she wanted it to be a series that we could read together. I really didn't want any part of it. I didn't think the book sounded very interesting, and it just wasn't something that I thought I'd like. So she had finished reading the book 2 or 3 times before I even decided to give it a chance. And when I picked it up, I absolutely fell in love with this book. And this book is Twilight by Stephenie Meyer. It is one of my favorite series. I have long since changed what I read, but this book opened up that world of reading again, and I don't even know if there are words to express how I feel about this series and the memories that it holds of me and my mom reading them together. If it weren't for these 2 books, The Bad Beginning by Lemony Snicket and Twilight by Stephenie Meyer, I really don't know where I would be today. These 2 books and series opened me up into a world of reading that I absolutely love. They took me through some very hard times and let me escape, and I just fell in love with these 2 books, and I'll probably love them for the rest of my life, even if I don't reread them. Number 6, what questions would you ask your favorite booktuber? Some of my favorite booktubers are Peter from Peter Likes Books, Emma from Emma Books, Hannah from A Clockwork Reader, and Reagan from The Peruse Project. I think if I could ask them any question, I would ask them what are some of their favorite videos to film versus their favorite videos to watch. I think this is pretty interesting, and I'm just curious as to if they enjoy watching and filming the same type of videos, or if they're completely different. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I think the hardest challenge for me personally will be overcoming my shyness. To film these videos and put them out there on the internet, that is a really nerve-wracking thing for me to think about. But I just think that I love this community so much that being a part of it will help me overcome that, and soon I'll be making these friendships and just really enjoying myself filming. So I think my biggest challenge to overcome is my shyness and initially starting this booktube channel. But I'm making progress. Number 8. When did you start reading? I've been reading for as long as I can remember. I remember being a little kid and having a bookshelf that was maybe this tall, and it was just packed with books. Reading has really been a passion of mine, something that my mom shared with me from a very young age, and hopefully it'll be my passion for the rest of my life. In 20 years, in 50 years, I hope to still be reading and still be loving these books as much as I currently do. Number 9. Where do you read? Typically, I'm never far from a book. I always try to take a book with me to work so I can read on my lunch break. I have a large oversized chair in the living room that I've designated the reading chair. It's typically where I do most of my reading, and if it's a really nice day, I'll take a book out to the hammock and lay in the hammock and just feel the wind, listen to all the nature around me, and just get really immersed in a book. Basically, anywhere I can get comfortable is a place to read. What kind of books do you like to read? I like to read really any type of book. Specifically, some types that I like are memoirs, and within memoirs, I really enjoy Holocaust memoirs. I think it's important to read those books, share them with people, and just give that story a voice. I think that's one of the best ways to make sure that it never happens again. To read these books, hear what the survivors have to say, and share it with people around you. Other than that, some of my other favorite types of books to read. I love thrillers, true crime, contemporary fiction, young adult. I'm really trying to get into more fantasy books. I want to read them. I feel like right now I'm missing out on a ton of books that are amazing. I just really have a hard time getting into the book and really finding myself immersed in these books. So I'm trying to start slowly with some more simple fantasy books and kind of build my way up into them so that I can share in this discussion about all of these amazing fantasy books that I hear people talking about. I'm really excited to be joining this community, and I'd love it if you'd introduce yourself in the comments below. Maybe answer a couple questions, like what are some of the books you have read? Do you have any advice for reading fantasy books? And what are some of the videos you enjoy watching? Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you guys soon. And in the meantime, make it a great day.